So, this is going to be my variation crafting. This is technically a stream, but this is going to be uploaded to YouTube, no doubt. So, yeah, this is going to be cut into episodes based on what characters I know a good amount about, usually who I play a lot. I might be able to extend my infinite wisdom and my ideas out to other characters that I've played a bit, because I have used a lot of them, but I haven't spent a great amount of time with all the individual characters. Most of the time, the only ones that I frequent are Kotal, Liu Kang, Johnny, Joker. Who else? I play Jax a bit. I play Baraka, and I used to play Garrus a lot, not so much anymore. And I don't think there's really any other characters that I have spent a lot of time and I'm very comfortable with. So yeah, so those are the main characters I'm going to be going over. I might, again, extend my reach into some other characters that I think, I have a idea for a variation for Shang Tsung that might be good, or it might be dog shit, who knows. So yeah, I guess let's get right into it. Just a quick disclaimer, this is before any kind of knowledge of what is banned or what is buffed, nerfed. We have no idea what will happen with the ultimate update. We're not sure what moves will be good, what moves will be trash, what moves will become meh, what moves will be banned, or what moves could potentially take up more slots, take up less slots. And even then, also what moves could be ended up becoming, conflicting with each other. So you might have a move that works right now that you can pair with it, but when the update comes, they might make those two moves conflict because they work too well together or something like that. So yeah, that's just a bit of a disclaimer. So he's interesting because two of his variations are very, very good. I think it's A-lister and I don't know. Let's see. It's Showstopper and Outtake. A-lister was from MKX. So these two variations are his best variations, obviously. And honestly, I'd say Showstopper is a perfect variation. There's really nothing wrong with it. Throwing Shades is a great crushing blow, and it synergizes really well with Seichi's because he can make those really, really juicy comebacks just by, he has a lot of unbreakable damage, or unbreakawayable damage, especially once he gets his fatal blow with the Throwing Shades crushing blow. And then this one used to be the best one, but once Rising Star got nerfed and the Force Balls got nerfed, it's still good, but not as good. It's okay. It's not overpowered. So the main thing I wanted to base my thing off of is what makes Showstopper so good. And in my opinion, when I think about it, I guess you could say Cheese is good. Because it gives him the stun, and it gives him some interesting shit off of that. But honestly, in terms of practicality, it's not really that useful. It is, but it doesn't differ too much from the Nut Punch. Aside from the fact that I think maybe you get a little bit more damage, or maybe even a little bit less damage. And the combo, while not super hard to do, it does require a little bit more. You gotta go into the Seichi's, and then fucking back 2, forward 3, and then 1-2-1 shadow kick or something. I don't know. Something like that. So, it's just a bit more, but they both do roughly the same amount of damage. Maybe Seichi's gives you a bit more, but when I think about it, I don't think it really has a whole lot of like wow factor to it. And honestly, if you're in the corner, you can end your combo in the nut punch for a restand. I don't know if Say Cheese does a restand, but and also, I think its startup is too slow in the corner with most of the gravity. If you're doing the stand two, if you do the repeating the stand two in the corner, for his meatless bread and butter, or for his standard bread and butter. Yeah, that usually doesn't. They have too much gravity for the Say Cheese to even work, and I'm not sure if it restands from the air like a nut punch does. So I think you can keep nut punch on and still be fine because he still gets about 30% per combo. The thing I was really focusing on is what makes outtake or showstopper such a good variation. And in my opinion, I don't think it's the Say Cheese, it's the throwing shades. I think the throwing shades crushing blow makes Johnny so much more scary at a once he gets low on health, because he can literally just end your life whenever the fuck he wants to off of a good read. So yeah, he basically gets two options. He can either kill you with the fatal blow or kill you with the throwing shades crushing blow. So unlike most characters, he actually in a way gets two fatal blows because of this. And that just does a lot for his pressure as well. So I think throwing shades needs to be in any good variation with Johnny. I don't think the low force balls are really all that important anymore. They used to be very, very, very strong once he got buffed. I forgot what patch. But obviously, they're not as strong anymore. So I think you can get away with regular force balls. So stunt double is garbage. Just straight up garbage. Caged Rage. I'm not really sure about this one. I mean, it sounds okay on paper, because you get extra block damage and then it becomes unblockable. But I feel like it's interruptible. I'll maybe make a secondary variation with that. So the only other thing is, I really like Rising Star, because Rising Star is also one of his best moves. This is the best thing about the third variation, is because he could essentially make anything he do safe on block and just reset neutral, as long as he has meter for it. So yeah, the Rising Star is very strong, and in my opinion, it's just better than the flippy kick. So yeah, I think Rising Star is very important for his offense. So he has great comeback factor with throwing shades. Great pressure, because he can just do Rising Star on block and keep his shit going, or just make himself safe. And then the last one I chose, there's not really that many great third options. I'm not sure how great Brass Knuckles is, and I'm not sure if that uses his if that applies to his kicks or just his punches. I would think just his punches, but we'll see. And also, we can't even use it anyways because we have throwing shades. So the last one I chose is just Pissed Off. This is a great combo ender, because it keeps him relatively close, and it does a lot of damage. So I guess we can just take this one, and we'll make this our second one. So Brass Knuckles, we'll try that out. Caged Rage, that could be very interesting. We'll see how much chip damage this does on the second hit. What's the last one we could do? I don't know. What would be a good last move? I guess Rising Star. So we'll try that one out. Anyways, though, yeah. So, the main thing with my idea with the first variation of Johnny I made is it's taking a little bit of good stuff from both variations. So, I think the best thing about the Showstopper variation is obviously that he has the crushing blow off of his throwing shades. It's one of the best comeback mechanics in the game. It just makes him overall very, very, very scary. And all it takes is one good hit, and he wins the game without even having to use his fatal blow. So that's one thing. And another thing with this Pissed Off, as you see, that does 12%. His only other finishing moves are Shadow Kick, that's his most damaging one, excuse me, which is 70%. And then he has Rising Star, which is only 6%. Or I guess he could technically also do this, which is 6%. Or Nut Punch, which is also 6%. So this is his highest damaging combo ender in the game. And he can meter burn this for even more damage. That's a hot 16%. So that's really good for a damaging ender. What the hell? Yeah, so nice. You just want a quick, nice 20% right there without having to think about much. Yeah, so that's just really his best. Because that doesn't work. And the only other thing you could do is that. So not only does he get more damage, but that sends him full screen. Whereas this puts him in perfect forward 3 and back 3 range. So I think Pissed Off is probably one of his best custom variation moves. Let's just move over to the right corner because it's just more comfortable for me to play in. So yeah, so that's my main reason for that move. And obviously Rising Star, I shouldn't have to have any kind of explanation behind that. So damn, dude, I do this all the time. That's -2. I mean, it's mostly safe. He doesn't have too many crazy unsafe things. It's a high. Wow, garbage. So that's -9. And it only has that, which is -5, so he loses his turn. And it leaves him up close, so he definitely loses his turn and he can't really do much. That's -7. So he pretty much loses his turn if you block that. That's only +1 now. Yeah, and he has that. That's safe. So he's generally safe on most stuff, but what Rising Star allows you to do is just it gives an extra hit to a lot of stuff. So like normally you'd think that'd be it. No, you can just do that. And obviously, as you know, if you block or if you do it on block and meter burn it, boom, look at that. We're only -4 and we basically reset neutral. And as I'm sure anyone who plays against Johnny or plays Johnny knows, Johnny excels at this distance because he has that, he has that, he just has that, kind of this, although then he really isn't as good. He has jump-ins, so this is kind of the range that he wants to play in right here. He doesn't like to be too close because he doesn't have any super fast mids. He does do really well with his highs, but comparatively to other characters, he doesn't really have any he has no fast mids really. So he generally likes to play back here and whiff punish and shit like that. So yeah, that's the reason why I have this. Is one, it's a decent anti-air, but mostly it's just to keep him safe on block and to just keep your opponent guessing. So if he does this, he can just, instead of just letting it be done. Oops. Well, actually, I technically don't really need to do that. But instead of doing this, You can just reset neutral like that. Instead of just letting that be it, because he pretty much loses his turn, and that doesn't really have any pushback. So, that's that. Just even Luke. Oh, well, it doesn't. I don't know, that's weird. But also, it helps him. I think the biggest thing is that it helps his forward 4 become actually a decent stagger. So normally, you know, that second hit comes out relatively quick to where, so it's not really that good of a stagger, I don't think. But if you have the Rising Star, it basically adds in a much quicker second hit that they might get hit by. And so it basically makes this a bit more scary on block. So in some cases, if you're right here and you want to get in, you can just throw this out, and they might be expecting this to come, and instead you can just do like a grab, or down 1, down 3, down 4, stuff like that. And also, just because of the enhancement, most pro player, or most like high-level players won't fall for this, but if you condition your opponent enough, you can just do this on block and get away with it, because they'll be expecting the enhance to make it safe, but if it never fucking comes, then you can just steal your turn back. So yeah, but then the biggest, most important thing is throwing shades. And also this, the pissed off. So, first we'll talk about... I don't really need to talk about throwing shades. You already know why it's good. But first things first, let's do this, 1%, let's leave it 100. So, normally a typical bread and butter for Johnny in the corner would be... his most typical move to whiff punish or to get shit going is either that or that. We'll just say the low for now. We'll be playing at this range, and let's say they throw out a low poke, or they try and... Or maybe they up 3, you walk back, up 3, whiff punish that shit. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I dropped it, but it'll do roughly about like 30%. 5. I don't know, sometimes you can do 6, but I just do 5 just to prevent it from dropping. So yeah, that's about 33%. However, with Pissed Off, now it becomes 35%. Which is very, 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 very good. And also, this thing has an 8-frame startup, my guy. So, it's very good for reversal punishing as well. And you can meter burn it for even more damage. So if, let's say, your opponent is almost dead. Yeah, let's say your opponent's almost dead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. God damn it. 1. Is it, and this is why I do 5 instead of fucking 6 most of the time.
Damn, I'm good.
370 fucking 2 for 2 bars. Most characters can generally get more, but still, that's very good. So on average, per corner combo, he's getting about 2% more, which doesn't sound a lot, but think about it this way. If you hit the combo twice, normally that would only be 66%. With Pissed Off, it's now 70%. And obviously, that means you only need to do one more. So think about it so that's literally it. So basically, if you do 3 combos with the normal, let's say you get a perfect read every single time and they don't break away for whatever fucking reason. Let's say you get the perfect combo every single time. Let's say they whiff punish and you're able to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say you're able to do this 3 times. Okay, that's 33%. For the most part, if you do that 3 times, that's going to be roughly 99%. I think since it does 0.81, maybe they'll be dead. But, let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course I drop it. But anyways, so they may or may not be dead. But if you do that combo 3 times with the pissed off at the end, since it's 35%, they're guaranteed to be dead. Obviously, 70 plus 30 is 100%. So, yeah, they're guaranteed to die if you do that combo with the pissed off at the end instead. And also, just for mid-screen, it is a bit less damage. So if you do... So that does 295. The only issue with Pissed Off is he does get a little bit less damage in neutral and mid-screen combos. A little bit less. Again, 3% less. But here's the thing: is they're way closer compared to ending it with the Shadow Kick. So if you do this combo. Son of a bitch. And you're already in perfect forward 3 and back 3 range. So even though you lose 3%, your positioning and your ability to get back in on the opponent is so much better. And you can't meter burn the you can't meter burn the fucking Shadow Kick. You can meter burn the Pissed Off. I think that does like 30 something percent. I think like maybe 32% or 33. Son of a bitch. Yeah, 31. Okay, so about 32%. So yeah, I mean, you can always just kill them if you want, if they have like a little bit of health left. But the biggest part is when we get to the Fatal Blow territory, you can get some pretty fucking ridiculous damage in the corner. Now, theoretically, you can get more with Say Cheese if you have the Crushing Blow loaded. But I think the damage is relatively the same. It's just this combo is much easier and much less harder, or much harder to fuck up. That's what I want to say. It's much harder to fuck up compared to the Say Cheese combo where you can do a bunch of crazy shit. So, I'm gonna try and land this my first time. Of course I know. Of course I know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah-ya! There you go. Yeah, so, obviously that's a perfect scenario. Most of the time you're not going to be able to start with 3-4. So if we're being realistic, if we start with this. I haven't done the Fatal Blow cancel with this. Fuck! I don't know if you can. I think you can. This is so annoying. Yeah, maybe you can. Okay, you can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 56%. So you lose out on about 4%. But that one was realistic. So you're going to hit this in neutral. You're not going to hit this in neutral very often, especially not in the corner. Try this one more time. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey! So actually it does less damage, but I think it's probably because of the hits. The more hits a combo has, the more scaling. So yeah, so you get about 56, 55% pretty goddamn easily in the corner. I think if we ended it with normally if we didn't have pissed off. One, two, three, four, five. I drop it. One, two, three, four, five. Alright, whatever. So that'd probably do about only 3 or 4%. So it'd be about 54%. So it's roughly actually about the same damage. I guess with that crushing blow. But I think the main point is pissed off makes your combos do just more damage in general. It's not a great amount, but it's enough in my opinion to make a pretty significant difference across the match, especially if you're hitting the combo multiple times. And also just general hits, you know, like that's a free meterless 20%. Anytime he does something. And I mean, people get hit by this a lot. So every time you get, fucking touched, you're losing 20 fucking % of your health. I mean, shit. I mean, that's pretty fucking good versus only 17. 17, you can be like, well, that sucks, but I can shrug that off. But if you see yourself losing 20% health every single time you get touched, I mean, that shit's gonna wear out on you real fucking quick. Just do shit like that. You know? And also, it has one of the coolest brutalities he has attached to it. This one, say uncle. Oh, brass knuckles need to be active. Well, I guess you can technically do that if you want to. But yeah, so, and I think also the biggest thing about it, aside from having more damage, is as you're right in for this is perfect range. It's like one of the best enders he can have. Because you can do Rising Star, which will give you the best Oki, but you only have 16% damage. You can get a bit more damage, but now they're full screen. This gives you even more damage, 4% more than Rising Star, and 3%, or actually 5% more than Rising Star, and 4% more than the Shadow Kick. And they're basically in Johnny Cage's best range. Not point blank, but right around here. That's his best range by far. And of course, if you want to, you can always meter burn it for a little bit extra damage. Just to spend the bar, because, you know, bar regenerates, so might as well get extra damage. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I think I've explained everything I can. In a way that makes sense. So we do Ladies Man. So I think that variation will be very, very, very good. And I think it's very competitively sound. I don't think there's anything that variation's missing that Johnny Cage doesn't need. Like the only thing I think is like Say Cheese, because some people prefer Say Cheese over Nut Punch, but honestly I don't think there's that much of a difference when it comes to the two. So what, this one had Brass Knuckles. So let's see this chip damage. So yeah, it doesn't amplify his normal hit damage, but we know that. Here's where things get interesting. Let's see. So that does 3, 7, 10. So that does 17. So about 2% of your health on block.
Showtime.
Brass knuckles. 6, 9, 20. 6, 9, 21. So that's 36. So that doubles your chip damage pretty much. Does it? That does 4, 4, 3, 3, 3. So 3 times 3, that's 9, plus 4, that's 11. So that does 7, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 7 plus 9 is 16.5. Plus 10, or plus 13. So 16 plus 13.5. So that's 16 plus 14, basically, because they're both 0.5. So that's 20. So that's 30%. So, or 3% of your health. So that So this string normally does 3% of your health on block.
Showtime.
With brass knuckles. Wow. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of fucking shit. Yikes. How much does this do? Oh my god, look at your health, bro. This is MK9 chip right here. This is 15, 6, 6, 27. Holy shit. So 27 plus 15 is 30, 42. So that's 42. Plus 6 times 3 is 18. So that's 42, 52, and then 60. So that does 6% of your fucking health on block. Oh, god damn! How much does this do? Alright, this move is kinda fucking insane. Because Johnny Cage loves chipping people out. This whole scenario right here does almost 3% of your health on block. How do you do that combo? And I think the biggest thing is since it does it on everything.
Showtime.
I still don't know how the fuck. How do you do this combo? Alright, that combo's impossible to do. And it's fucking useless anyways, so I don't know why the fuck I'm bothering with it. So that's interesting. But the most thing that we're pairing it with is Caged Rage. So this move is -3 on block, so we can just do... more damage. Ah, unblockable! That is 100. That's 10% unblockable. 20%. So normally it does 17%. Then it does 20%. And it's a mid. So you can't duck it. And then it becomes a 10% unblockable. But I have a feeling this move can be interrupted. I did not expect that shit to do 10% unblockable. That's actually crazy. Oh wait, fuck. Yeah. That fucking sucks. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Alright, well that sucks, but oh, it becomes plus on block 2, huh? Yeah. No? It's still -3? Oh, that's just +1, that's okay. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, but here's the thing. If we pair it with Rising Star, it's actually still a really good, and we can do straight Force Ball. So if we think he's gonna fucking poke out, we can just do Force Ball. Or Rising Star. So, yeah! Just do that. And then we got our shit off. We're like, okay, we're fine with that.
Showtime!
And if you really want to get crazy, oh my lord almighty. Disgusting. 15 plus 18 would be 20, 33. So it does 3% of your health on block. Let's do this is 3%, 4%. No, 10%. 3%, 4%. So 4% on top of 3%. So if you have Brass Knuckles activated, this scenario, you just lost 7% of your health. My god. And also, you can just finish the fucking string, of course. That's always another exciting. I like dude. I like Brass Knuckles, man. Look how much fucking health you lose. Yeah, man.
Showtime!
Word up. Ah! How much does that fucking do? So it does 6, 9, 21, which does 36, so that does 3%, plus 40. Yeah, that is 7.5% of your health.
Showtime!
Just for blocking that shit. Oh my god. Kinda wish it did more chip damage though. Like 3% base. And 5% of your health with Brass Knuckles. And then
Showtime!
with Brass Knuckles, so this does 3%. So if you block all that, that's 13% of your health gone on block. Very interesting, very interesting. I don't think this is a great variation, honestly. It's definitely fun. I'm not sure if it's necessarily... Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a good variation, because I think Caged Rage is... It's really... Wait, you can amplify it? Oh, shit. It's kind of cool. Pointless, but cool. So it just adds on an extra bit of damage to it. Why not? But yeah, I think the main issue is that this Caged Rage can be interrupted. I think that's the biggest issue. And it's not super minus, but I feel like once you block it, like, you just kind of end your turn. And certainly, like, having 10% unblockable, like, that's really fucking good. I'm just not sure if it's necessarily like worth it. I think they should speed this move up a bit. Like give it enough to be poked out of, like barely, if you predict it. But I feel like it could be poked out on reaction. Fuck. Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. Maybe online it'll work. But for now, I mean, I'm pretty ass at fighting games. And my reactions aren't like super great, but maybe I'm just getting really lucky and I'm accidentally guessing right every single time, but I feel like it's a little bit tricky to get down, but there's a technique to where since the difference between the Caged Rage and the Rising Star is so fast, like Rising Star is so fast, but Caged Rage is so slow, that there's pretty much no difference between um, or not no difference, but there's too much of a difference in between them to really make it a true block stream. Something maybe that you can do is do slot 3, and we can do fuck. Actually, yeah, that's actually strategy. So on record 3, we can just do that. And then record 4, we can do... Let's see. Let's try and remember this shit again. What the hell? Okay, that's interesting, because before I was able to... Okay, there we go. Okay, maybe it's just barely fast enough. Yeah, I think it might just be barely fast enough. Oh wait. Can I? Hold on, can I try something? I think I might have found out a way to get around it. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is I'm waiting for it to see if maybe I can, instead of trying to punish it on reaction, I can just let go of block. Because the normal Caged Rage is a high, not a mid. It only becomes a mid if you block it once. There you go. There you go. Fuck you! Alright, yeah. So, yeah, I don't think, I think that move needs some work. If it becomes a little bit faster to where you have to predict it rather than just react to it, it still is, oh god, it still is kind of hard to react to, but, I mean, if I can do it, the higher level players definitely can fucking do it. So that would need some work, but maybe you can throw in some stuff to maybe make it work a bit better. But the only problem, well, going back to that one brutality, I don't know why it requires you to have brass knuckles on. It makes sense, but brass knuckles don't increase your damage. They just increase your chip damage. So there's not really any point in pairing Pissed Off and Brass Knuckles together. And Pissed Off only happens because it's a hit. It's not a command grab. So it just does the first hit on block. It doesn't actually do the full animation on block. At least I don't think so. It'd be interesting to see. Maybe it... Hold on. hate to I'm gonna do something else while I'm doing it, but just in case. Put on brass knuckles and we'll see. Maybe pissed off changes. So the next two characters